The Golden Arches used to mean something, a symbol of comfort, consistency, and the promise that no matter where you were, from New York to Nevada, a Big Mac tasted exactly the same. But lately, those arches have lost their shine. McDonald's isn't just facing a bad quarter or a social media hiccup. It's facing something deeper, something the company hasn't seen in decades, a rebellion from its own customers. Over the last year, millions of Americans have quietly staged one of the biggest consumer boycotts in modern history. They didn't organize marches. They didn't hold up signs. They simply stopped showing up. And now the fast food empire that once fed the world is asking itself a terrifying question. What if people finally stop loving it? Because this isn't just about burgers. It's about trust. It's about class. It's about the silent revolt of everyday people who feel priced out, burned out, and fed up. Welcome to Financial Focus, where we cut through the marketing and follow the money. Today, we're breaking down why McDonald's is losing millions of customers, why the boycott runs deeper than hashtags, and how the fall of the Golden Arches might say more about America than any earnings report ever could. Let's start with the obvious. McDonald's has a price problem. Not long ago, you could feed a family of 4 for $20 and still have change jingling in your pocket. Today, that same order might cost you closer to $40. The value menu, once the cornerstone of the brand, has become a relic, a marketing ghost. Customers walk into McDonald's expecting affordable indulgence and walk out feeling financially mugged. A Big Mac combo meal that once hovered around $5 is now pushing $10 in most major cities. It's no wonder social media is flooded with photos of receipts longer than a CVS coupon roll. And here's the kicker. This isn't just inflation. Other chains like Wendy's, Taco Bell, and Chick-fil-A have raised prices too, but not enough to send their loyalists fleeing. McDonald's problem is perception. People don't see it as a treat anymore. They see it as a ripoff disguised as nostalgia. The psychological contract, that unspoken promise between brand and buyer, is broken. When your cheap meal costs as much as a sit-down dinner, something fundamental shifts. McDonald's built its empire on affordability. But now, for millions, it's become the symbol of how even comfort food has become a luxury. Remember the dollar menu? That sacred list of affordable cravings, fries, nuggets, and burgers all under $1. It was the democratization of dining, fast food for everyone, regardless of paycheck. Now it's gone, replaced by value deals that don't actually feel valuable. It's a classic case of corporate wordplay. Value doesn't mean cheap anymore. It means slightly less overpriced than usual. Instead of simplicity, customers face a wall of combo options, loyalty points, and limited-time offers that seem engineered to confuse rather than serve. A grandmother in Ohio summed it up best. I shouldn't need an app to afford a cheeseburger. And she's right. McDonald's shifted to digital-first deals, assuming the world had moved entirely online. But they misjudged their core audience, the millions of everyday families and retirees who built the brand long before smartphones existed. What used to be spontaneous, a quick burger stop on the way home, now requires a digital scavenger hunt. When value becomes homework, people start eating elsewhere. Price hikes might explain part of the exodus. But there's another reason customers are walking away. The food just doesn't taste the same. Talk to longtime fans and you'll hear the same refrain. It's not what it used to be. The fries that once crackled with golden perfection now taste limp and lifeless. The iconic Big Mac, once a symphony of sauce, cheese, and crunch, feels smaller, drier, and somehow less special. Even the milkshakes, the thick, creamy indulgence of childhood memories, have thinned into sugary nostalgia. Over the years, McDonald's has quietly tweaked its ingredients, recipes, and portion sizes to cut costs and appear healthier. But in doing so, it stripped away the very thing that made its food crave-worthy: consistency and flavor. Every change, less salt here, cheaper beef there, different oil for fries, has compounded into a slow erosion of identity. You can't quantify taste in a spreadsheet, but you can feel it in the numbers. Customer satisfaction scores have plummeted. Online sentiment, once filled with fond memories, now reads like breakup letters. In a market where nostalgia sells, McDonald's has somehow lost its own nostalgia. For decades, McDonald's was comfort food you didn't have to think about. But now, people are thinking hard. America's older generations, the same ones who grew up under those golden arches, are reevaluating what's on their plates. They've started reading nutrition labels, tracking sodium, and realizing that a single combo meal might contain more salt and sugar than an entire day's worth of food. The wake-up call came during the pandemic. Stuck at home, millions rediscovered their kitchens. Homemade meals didn't just taste better, they made people feel better. And once you've experienced that clarity, the lack of sluggishness, the savings, the satisfaction, it's hard to go back to fast food that leaves you feeling like you swallowed a brick. Now, about 1 in 3 adults say they're actively avoiding fast food for health reasons. That's not a trend, that's a seismic shift. And McDonald's, once synonymous with convenience, is suddenly synonymous with consequences. When your meal becomes a medical liability, the drive-thru loses its charm. McDonald's once sold itself on simplicity: fast food, fast service, fast smiles. But in the age of apps and algorithms, simplicity has become complexity. To access discounts, you now need an account, a download, and a working Wi-Fi connection. Want to use the kiosk? Hope you have 10 minutes to navigate an interface that looks like a NASA control panel. In trying to modernize, McDonald's over-engineered its own experience. The frictionless service that built its brand has turned into a digital obstacle course. It's ironic. A company that once revolutionized speed now makes customers wait longer, tap more, and spend extra. Older generations, who still make up a large share of McDonald's revenue, feel alienated. Meanwhile, younger customers who crave authenticity don't see anything cool about buying a Big Mac through an app designed to upsell them. Technology was supposed to bring people closer to McDonald's. Instead, it's created distance. Step inside a McDonald's today, and you can feel it before you even order. The tension. The cashier looks exhausted. The kitchen staff is stretched thin. The atmosphere feels rushed, transactional, and joyless. Behind the counter, the company is battling labor shortages, low morale, and growing resentment. Employees are juggling multiple roles: cooking, cashiering, cleaning, often for wages that barely keep pace with rent. And customers feel it. Longer waits, wrong orders, colder smiles. McDonald's used to represent efficiency. Now it represents strain. And when workers feel disposable, customers do too. The deeper issue is reputation. Stories of pay inequality, poor working conditions, and corporate indifference spread faster than any commercial campaign. Even loyal patrons are rethinking their support, not out of anger, but empathy. They see teenagers and retirees equally overworked, and it just feels wrong. One customer said it best: when your meal depends on someone else's misery, it doesn't taste the same. For decades, McDonald's could rely on one thing: loyalty. Families passed it down like tradition. But that era is fading fast. Today's consumers have options. The diner down the street remembers your name. The food truck downtown makes a better burger. The mom and pop cafe offers meals that feel homemade and ethical. And suddenly, the golden arches look outdated. What once symbolized unity now represents uniformity, and that's not what people want anymore. In 2025, a nationwide People's Week of Local Support campaign urged Americans to skip big chains for small restaurants. McDonald's sales dipped immediately. And here's the twist: the biggest drop came from older Americans, the same demographic that once defined the company's success. For them, the boycott isn't about protest, it's about principle. Supporting local means investing in people, not corporations. It's a quiet moral stand wrapped in a breakfast burrito. The Golden Arches didn't just lose customers, they lost believers. Here's something money can't buy: connection. McDonald's once sold happiness in a paper bag, a sense of belonging, a smile from the cashier who knew your regular order, a place where kids laughed and parents exhaled. Now those moments feel rare. What you get instead are self-service kiosks, stressed employees, and automated voices that ask, "Would you like fries with that?" like it's a threat. It's not nostalgia people miss, it's humanity. In the race to optimize margins and automate everything, McDonald's forgot the one ingredient that kept people coming back: warmth. Convenience without care is just efficiency. And efficiency, no matter how fast, doesn't build loyalty. McDonald's decline isn't an isolated story. It's a symptom of something bigger. Across America, consumers are losing patience with corporate giants that raise prices, shrink quality, and hide behind branding. The Golden Arches are just the latest target in a growing movement of corporate fatigue. It's not that people hate fast food, they hate being treated like statistics. They're tired of being marketed to, upsold, and algorithmically analyzed every time they order fries. The modern customer wants transparency, not slogans. Purpose, not PR. That's why local businesses, even imperfect ones, feel refreshing. You can see where your money goes. You can talk to the owner. You can taste the difference. McDonald's once embodied the American dream: consistency, progress, affordability. Now it feels like the American contradiction: profit over people, cost over care. And maybe that's the real reason the boycott stings. It's not about burgers. It's about what those burgers represent. Can McDonald's come back from this? History says maybe. The brand has reinvented itself before, introducing salads, kiosks, all-day breakfast, and digital rewards to stay relevant. But reinvention only works when it feels genuine. To win back the public, McDonald's will need more than a new slogan or limited-time menu item. It needs a cultural reset. Imagine if McDonald's returned to its roots: simplicity, speed, and sincerity. Fair wages for workers, transparent pricing, real ingredients, community programs that matter more than marketing stunts. People don't expect perfection, they expect respect. If McDonald's can rediscover that balance, it might rebuild trust. If not, it risks becoming a museum of what fast food used to be. Because the truth is, people don't boycott out of hate. They boycott out of disappointment. And once disappointment turns to indifference, the arches don't just fade, they fall. The story of McDonald's isn't just a business headline. It's a mirror, a reflection of how ordinary people are reclaiming power, one skipped drive-through at a time. For decades, we accepted rising prices, shrinking portions, and hollow slogans as the cost of convenience. But now, something's changed. People are choosing differently, cooking at home, supporting small restaurants, demanding more. And that's the beauty of a boycott. It's democracy through dollars. Every receipt, every skipped purchase, every meal made from scratch sends a message louder than any protest. The Golden Arches once defined the American appetite. Now, they define its turning point. Because maybe this isn't the death of McDonald's. Maybe it's the rebirth of something better. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like so more people see the truth behind the headlines. Subscribe to Financial Focus for weekly deep dives into the stories behind the numbers. Because the economy isn't just about money. It's about people.